Hi guys, this is course 2, lesson 1.7, multiplying and dividing integers. Get out your notebook and title your notebook with the title of the lesson and the name of the lesson. And when you're ready, if you need to pause the video to copy this down, go ahead. But when you're ready, start the video and go on. What you need to do is get out the foldable that we made in class today, and we're actually going to fill it in tonight as you're watching the video, so you don't take notes in your notebook and then have to take notes in the foldable. So the top part here, this here is the cover of your foldable. So on the first flap, you're going to write multiplying and dividing positive integers. In the second flap, you're going to write multiplying and dividing negative integers, and then in the third flap, you're going to write multiplying and dividing positive and negative integers. If you want to pause the video to get the front cover done, you can. All right, in the inside of the foldable, under multiplying and dividing positive integers, you're going to take down these notes. A positive times a positive is always equal to a positive. So for example, 3 times 5 is equal to 15, or 10 times 20 is equal to 20. Those are things that you probably already know. 25 divided by 5 is 5, and 42 divided by 7 is 6. So this one here, I would think that you would already know from elementary school or 5th and 6th grade. The next one is multiplying and dividing negative integers. And as you're going through this, feel free to pause the video whenever you need to copy down all of your notes. So the next rule is a negative times a negative is always going to be a positive. So for example, we have 4 examples here. Negative 3 times negative 5 is equal to positive 15. Negative 10 times negative 2 is equal to positive 20. Negative 25 divided by negative 5 is positive 5, and negative 42 divided by negative 7 is 6. So what you might want to remember about these two is that if they're the same sign, it's going to equal a positive answer. And the last one, under multiplying and dividing positive and negative integers, the rule is a positive times a negative is equal to a negative, or if you have a negative times a positive, it's equal to a negative. And what we could say here, the rule is different signs equals a negative answer. So for example, you have a negative 3 times a positive 5, you get negative 15. Or 10 times negative 2 equals negative 20. Negative 25 divided by positive 5 is negative 5, and 42 divided by negative 7 is negative 6. Remember, if you need to pause the video to finish copying this all down, you can go ahead and do that. Whoops, wrong way. Here's the rule. When multiplying and dividing, and this should be the word are, not is, and there are an even number of negative signs, the answer is going to be positive. So when we say even, we mean like there's 2, 4, 6, 8, etc., negative signs. Then your answer is going to be positive. And the second rule is if there's an odd number of negative signs, so 1, 3, 5, 7, and so on, number of negative signs, then your answer is going to be negative. That's an important rule to remember. Make sure you get that in your notes. So I want you to pause the video and try these problems on your own. And then when you're ready, come back and we'll go over them together. All right, welcome back. Number 1, 9 times negative 5. Because the 9 is positive and the 5 is negative, they're opposite signs, so we know the answer is going to be negative, and 9 times 5 is 45. Here we have negative and a negative, so an even number of negative signs, or a negative divided by a negative, is going to be positive, and then we just take 63 and divide it by 7, which would be 9. Here we're multiplying a negative by a negative, an even number of negative signs, so the answer is going to be positive, and 11 times 11 is 121. And then the last one, we have a positive divided by a negative, so an odd number of negative signs, so the answer will be negative, and 42 divided by 6 is 7. That's all. If you have any questions, bring them to class tomorrow. Thanks for listening.